Who's keeping us in the box, and why would they want to do that?
Well, I mean, you know, this is why Wembley was 10 hours and my books are that long. There's so many dots to connect, but there is a force which is feeding off human energy. And it operates, this is why understanding the nature of reality is so important, to understand this force, because this force takes a form that basically energetic in its base form, though it can project form. And it operates on the fringes of our perception band. So when people say, well, you're talking about these people, I've never seen them, well, you wouldn't, because they're operating outside.
To sum that up, if it's possible, then it is like the Matrix, that we are being controlled. This is something that's being controlled for us. It's being made for us. And it is, what, millennia old?
Oh, yeah, probably, and the rest. But yeah. I mean, that's an interesting point. If you take the Matrix movies, you take away the poetic license, you take away all the violence, and you take away all the, you know, the stuff they put in movies, and you take the basic concept of people living in a reality thinking it's real when it isn't. Our prime reality has been hacked into, just like the Matrix. A lot of stuff comes out of Hollywood, which is actually telling you the truth.
Would you say that I was wrong, therefore, to be quite enjoying my fake reality? I mean, am I suppressed in such a way that I don't even realise it? Because I quite like it.
Well, yeah. If you want to like living in this reality, then good for you.
So what about we're controlled by? It has to have control. There have to be people who control it, I assume, if they're creating this reality for us. And you've said quite controversially that you know, that the royal family and members of the media and members of the banking profession are all part of this controlling force.
The ones that control the system, not everybody in those professions.
Right. So we are being controlled by a group of super beings.
Well, actually, not super beings. You know, if we are super beings. We are infinite awareness. That's what we are. We are awareness. And what this body does, I call it the biological computer, is it focuses the attention of that awareness in this tiny band of frequency called visible light. So we think this is all there is. When people leave the body, and suddenly, this is a constantly common theme, that their awareness suddenly expands, suddenly past, present and future all exist in the same now, because there is no time. That's another illusion. And the reason that they suddenly have this expansion of awareness is that their point of attention has left the focus, the lens, the body, and can suddenly be set free.
I'm so sorry to keep jumping in, David.
That's right.
It's only because our time and dimensional restrictions are less infinite. If this has been going on for millennia, how long is it going to be before you wake up the planet to the fact that this is all a creation? And then what happens? Because you'll freak out the entire planet. Well, if you strip down the wallpaper of the Matrix and suddenly we end up with this reality that is the true reality, we'll be frightened to death.
Is it better? Well, I've read about near-death experiences. I've never read one that wanted to come back. This is in a sense, this place is hell.
If the royal family are alien beings, or some of them, or some bankers, or some in the media, then you're talking about a global war to push them out? How do we get rid of them?
Well, the thing is, their power is in us not knowing they exist, and their power is also this, getting the population to give us their power. We give... Well, I don't, my goodness me, the very thought. But how many people give their power to the royal family? How many people give their power to governments? How many people give their power to bankers? All the time.
So your reality is anarchy?
No, it's not anarchy. It's the opposite. Do you think bombing innocent civilians from the sky to protect them from violence is not anarchy? Do you think lending money that doesn't exist, called credit, and if we don't pay them back plus interest, they can take our real wealth, our homes and our land and our businesses and stuff? Do you think that's not anarchy? People dying of hunger in a world of plenty is not anarchy. We have anarchy now. So when we expand our consciousness, we have anything but anarchy. We have intelligence.